5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's time to count down reality TV's most talked about moments with Amanda Bella. What's up, Bellas? Welcome back to another episode of Bella Talks TV. It's Amanda Bella here, and I'm laughing at myself just thinking about how, if you guys listened to my episode that I released the other day with Dana, the Bravo investigator, I gave a little tease about how I'm going to be doing 2 episodes a week now, so you can be expecting a Bravo breakdown with the guest coming out on Tuesdays, and then I will be having a regular episode of Bella Talks TV, my weekly countdown of reality TV's most talked about moments on Fridays. So I am recording this right now on Thursday, and it's about a half an hour before the Beverly Hills episode starts. And so I wanted to get on quickly. I have some things to talk about first, and then I want to get right into the episode. So there's just been so much going on. And I know I say that every single time I pick up the mic, but truly my house has been completely renovated. Like, we've been going through a huge gut renovation. I went on a cruise with my husband, and then we came back to the United States for like a few days in Florida. Then we went down to Costa Rica for a week, and then we came back. I picked up candy in Florida. I flew back to New York. I'm here. Like, we didn't even have our water turned on at our house because we're getting our new kitchen island plumbing done, and just so many exciting things going on. Having this brand new home, building this brand new space so that I can be here really focusing on doing the podcast. And that's why I'm ramping up now, getting the schedule down now, working on my consistency so that way by the time my studio is done being built downstairs, I will already be in the habit of going down, and I'll just be able to be chatting with you guys, giving you the information coming out as fast as possible. Like, I want to be on the beat for you. So thank you for coming back for another episode with me. This is just a solo one. I wanted just to catch up with you guys. I have been truly jet setting all over the world. Candy's asleep snoring next to me as she does. My husband's getting home from Costa Rica tonight. I have to go pick him up from JFK at 9 something. So that's another reason why I'm trying to pump these episodes out. And these are all things that go on typically in my daily life. I'm so busy like this, and we are always just a very full calendar people type of couple. And this is what happens when, I'm like dual income, no kids, Shih Tzu mom life. Like, we pick up and go a lot. So I'm going to be in California basically from next Friday, which is Friday, February 13th. We are flying to JFK to LAX, flying in. We're staying in Pasadena. My husband has to go for work, and Candy and I are going. I will be recording out there, and I will be going to the Golden Crappie Awards. The Watch What Crappens award show is like 23 minutes away from where we're staying. So I bought a ticket for that. I am manifesting networking out there, getting to know a lot of the other West Coast podcasters that are going to be there. And I'm just excited to see who's there and rub some elbows. And I bought a pretty good seat so that I'm down on like the main floor, and hopefully it goes well. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have like low expectations, but I also want to try to like really make something happen while I'm out there. There will be Bravo celebrities there, and there will be some of the bigger podcasters, I'm assuming. I've never met Danny Pellegrino yet. I'm waiting to meet him. Just a lot of people like that. So I'm really excited to go for that. We are going to SUR, yes, Sexy Unique Restaurant Lounge in West Hollywood on Robertson. I cannot wait, you guys. It'll be my first time going to SUR. I'm going there on Valentine's Day. Like, husband, the best husband in the universe. I don't know how I got so lucky, because this guy's like, whatever you want to do, just make a reservation. And he has gone to Lisa Vanderpump's restaurants with me before, so he knows. He's never watched Vanderpump Rules, but he loves Tom Sandoval because he watches the Traitors. And we have a new episode of that coming out tonight, but we will be talking about that in just a few minutes. Just kind of make sure do I have anything else to tell you guys? I'm going to be in LA. I'm coming back. No, let's just jump right into it. So, typical return to form here for my Bella Talks TV first time people here. My show is a weekly countdown. So, top 5 most talked about reality TV moments from anywhere. They don't have to be Bravo. I mean, right now there's not a lot of other stuff being currently that's airing that's Bravo. There's a lot of things filming right now that are not Bravo, but I usually try to run down just the most talked about moments of the week. Some of these, might not be exactly a week to a T. And again, this list is just curated by me. I'm the expert who's scouring Instagram, Page 6, Reality Blur, Bravo TV Insider. I'm just trying to get the dirt. sum it up into a little show for you guys so you know what's going on. I did not get to go to the Summer House watch party this year because I was in Costa Rica. It didn't seem like I missed that much, but I broke down an interview with the entire cast that was on SiriusXM that Dorinda and Kiki Monique moderated. They called it like a town hall session, and it was very interesting. So go back and listen to my episode from Tuesday for that. And let's get right into the show, you guys. So let's hop right into my LOL and OMG moments of the week, which is another segment I like to do before we count down. So very a la Kardashians, we talk about their peak and their pit, the rose and the thorn. OMG, LOL moments of the weeks. I don't know. I mean, I do have hot takes, and I know that my opinions tend to be, I don't want to say that, like, I have to get my soundboard going too. I've been promising this for so long, you guys. I know. I have so many things I owe you, but I need to get my soundboard because there are two sounds I desperately need. I've always needed Tamra's That's My Opinion, just to be like, I'm sorry, I know it's a hot take, but it's my opinion, okay? And then I also really need to get Lisa Barlow saying, I live a very different life than all of you, because I feel like whenever I'm bragging about like having no responsibilities and flying wherever and going out to LA for a month and all of these things, which there are so many other exciting things I can't even tell you guys yet that are coming up. So just know that these things that I choose to share, it's because it's like actually confirmed and I know what's going on. Anyways, let's get right into the show because I have so much, again, to just run through with you guys. So my LOL moment of the week, again, this is why it's kind of a opinion of mine and why I think it's a little bit of a hot take, but I personally found Karen Huger coming home from jail camp at its finest. I laughed the whole way through. From the second she walked out with the, she looked beautiful, by the way. She had like the perfect, I don't even have jeans that cute. Like Karen dropped the link to the jeans that you were wearing. And then she said that she did reveal that her makeup artist was actually the one that brought her the change of clothes and made sure that, she was able to walk out, but she walked out of that jail. No one was there holding her arm. Like when we saw Jen Shaw come out, her son, her husband were there hugging her, kissing her. No, Karen walked out just with a lawyer, a driver, security guard, somebody, and she gets into a Suburban. Everything's mic'd up. And just the whole way, like even you would think that she would be crying. Like it seems like she tried to like fake cry a little bit, right? Like that was like, she was like, like a little bit. And I'm not really trying to make fun of this whole situation, but it was 6 months. And I know that that sounds awful, but I think that Karen actually enjoyed it. And I think that she did look at it as like an opportunity for her to rehab her image, make things right, do her time. But the whole thing again was camp. So she walks out wearing these, and then she walks out, in this outfit. She rolls the window down. She's like, oh, I want to wave. So she tells the driver, like, please roll the window down. I want to wave to all the people out here supporting me, my fans. And she gives them a little wave, and she kind of just sits there in silence a little bit. Like she doesn't make any phone calls that we see. They just take her in the car. And I'm not sure how long of a drive this was from jail to her actual home. But when she arrives, her sister, Raven, her daughter, Brandon, her son, which I believe is from Karen's previous marriage, and then Ray himself is there to greet her. And Raven runs right up to her. And I don't know why I personally love whenever couples name their kids like Ray and Raven, like whenever it's like a junior situation. I just think that that's adorable. I think Raven is such a good role. She seems like she has a really good head on her shoulders. She seems like she was a really good support for Karen in prison. Karen describes just kind of trying to make the most of it when she's in there, counseling a lot of younger women that were in there that were looking up to the Grand Dame. And she never refers to herself as that anymore. And she did kind of allude to the fact that that was going to be the old Karen, and we're going to be ushering in this like new Karen now. Even when she's referring to Ray, she's like, Ray's got a new wife. Like Andy is facetious, but he's also a very real journalist. He is this isn't like a TikTok interviewer. This is Andy Cohen. So he did come with her and push back a little bit. And he had his little moments, like when he's like, oh yeah, Karen, like, how did you get yourself together so well to be released? Because usually people do come out looking crazy. I think people were expecting to see Karen with like gray short hair, no lashes, all this other stuff. And she just kind of explains like, no, my makeup artist came and met me there. And then the girls in jail, they actually took their own hair out of their braids and compiled it together and then rebraided it onto my hair to send me home so that I could have a proper send off. I thought that that was beautiful. I thought that that was actually, touching. I did not find that like gross or weird at all. I thought that that was great. I don't know. I see people online being kind of like grossed out or weirded out by that. And I actually think that that was a testament to really how much the women loved her in prison. She obviously was not somebody in there like being disrespectful or acting like she didn't deserve to be there. Like it sounds like she was in there being the belle of the ball. And can you blame her? She also explains that she used manipulation on the women to get their maxi pads from them. Well, maybe not manipulation, but trading them, maybe favors, hooking them up, telling them maybe, hey, when you get out, like, I got you, but like give me those maxi pads, because Karen would use them to make like a toilet seat cover for herself. She did say she had the stainless steel toilet with the sink, and she seemed to not love it, but she did say it was very regimented. There was a schedule. She enjoyed the meals, not necessarily because of the food, but I think just the camaraderie of being in the commons and getting to hang out with the women. She said that she did not go outside or see grass for 6 months. So that's humbling. And that was basically it. She did her time. She got sent home. Andy sent her a letter sprayed in La Dame perfume, but she didn't get to smell it because they scanned it into an iPad, which I think is a way that they tried to control contraband getting in. If you've ever seen Orange is the New Black, if you know, you know. So anyways, Karen really, just this whole episode I found thrilling. She gets home. Ray is known as the Black Bill Gates. And now let's not get that confused with the fact that Bill Gates is in the Epstein files, because yes, he is. And I went back and watched an interview from Melinda Gates when she got divorced from Bill. And she's very honest about the fact that his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein is the reason why she got a divorce from him. She did not agree with him going to the island, doing business with him, accepting donations from him, etc. And Bill is not happy. Bill actually spoke back in the press this week. That was insane. So when I say Black Bill Gates, I'm not referring to that. I'm just saying Black. I think he had something to do maybe with Gateway Computers, or I don't think it was Microsoft. I think that he was maybe with Dell potentially. But that is how Ray made his successes. No shade to Ray. Ray is like, he's a hustler, and he apparently was one of the first Black men, I think, to be working in software like that. Like, he's a fucking legend. So Ray printed out in his favorite font, a font that he said, "Welcome home." And it was probably size 18, possibly 22, something very small. It wasn't that grand. And just 2 balloons, and one was unicorn shaped. And I also thought that was cute and beautiful. Like, Karen is a unicorn. So I don't know. I found the whole thing great. Karen said she needed to wash the jail off her. And I think that was a little bit like, ugh, like she was like kind of like, ugh. But I also don't blame her for that. Like, I feel like that after an airport, imagine how you would feel after jail. So I don't know. Nothing really was a smoking gun for me. She definitely does not think that she has a problem with alcohol, which is scary. And I just think as long as she doesn't get behind the wheel of a car again, then this shouldn't be a problem. But it sounds like she's mixing a lot of pills and alcohol. She's going to be in a lifetime recovery, she called it. And it doesn't sound like she has any. I know that getting sober is very tricky, and it is a lifelong recovery, and you never can say that you're fully cured or sober. So wasn't expecting her to say that. I think that she understands that that's not really, you can't really say that after like a year of being sober. So yeah, I don't know. That whole thing was really making me laugh, especially the part where Andy asked her about what color jumpsuit suit she wore. And she said beige. And he's like, "Well, aren't you wearing beige now?" And she said, "No, this is blush." She is an icon and a queen. So give it up to Karen for coming home from jail. Now let's get right over on to my OMG moment of the week. I want to get cracking here. Oh my God, it's already 7:38. I better just get yapping with y'all. Okay, my OMG moment of the week is Below Deck Down Under is back. I took a couple of seasons off because it was starting to drain me, the Below Deck universe. It was starting to get toxic. And then also everything after Hannah and Captain Sandy had their falling out. I mean, and then also the Gary, Daisy, Colin of it all. I was exhausted. So I took a little break. But then when they announced that Chef Ben was coming back, there was no way I was missing this. I'm obsessed with Chef Ben. I didn't really meet him, but I walked around behind him very creepily through the Bravo Miami Fan Fest because he was there just like with sunglasses on all day drinking, and low-key so was I. So like I kind of just like hung around, and I never really like met him, but if you were there, that was the vibe. So I just thought this entire thing was an OMG moment, especially surrounding Ben coming back. Like, my jaw's still on the floor. His premiere coming back, they said that he only had an 15-hour notice that he was coming back. It makes me think, where was Zarina? Did Zarina get fired? Did Zarina quit? Did she just decide not to come back because she didn't get like enough money or something? I'm curious about what happened with Zarina. And then also, isn't Aisha usually on here with Captain Jason? I don't know. Sorry, I had to take a sip there. Something with that. But when they did the combination of Daisy then coming on with Captain Jason and then having Ben back in the galley kitchen, and then we have Joao coming in. And I'm like, wow, this is a very, very interesting, because if I don't know, some of these guys on Below Deck, they get bad raps, right? Like they are douchebags and they're fuckboys, and then they have these boatmances and things happen. So Daisy's been involved with the boatmance of both Gary and Colin. So that was a thing. And then Joao too has, everyone's hooked up with everybody before in the past. I think it's interesting that Ashton, if you guys didn't see, remember he had a big feud working with Kate on the boat. He just said that he was six years sober, speaking of people getting sober. So, I mean, to him. But I think just the combination of these three being back, and then the fact that they heavily feature in the trailer that Daisy and Joao are about to have a big boatmance, and Ben's not going to be a fan of it. Ben and this sous chef that he has, this girl that says, I don't have any skills, but I'm passionate about cooking. Every single time this girl tries to do something, even cutting a lemon, she can't cut a lemon right. Ben is flipping. Ben is going to be pushed. I think they did this to him on purpose. I think that they did. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I think they put him in that situation on purpose just to get him to explode, because we know that he'll be good TV. It's working on me. And then to bring in the Salt Lake City housewives for the first charter, the way that they're all fighting so much behind the scenes. I don't know. I'm a little burnt out on Salt Lake City because it is the end of the season, but I do like seeing the other perspective, even though it really is just showing us kind of the same thing. Like Angie was really seasick. What I did see that was interesting is they show Heather and Lisa together a lot more on the boat. And on Salt Lake City, they only show Heather really with Whitney. So I think that Lisa and Heather are actually closer than we think. Also, Heather is truly wasted the entire time that she's on that boat. Like, show me a frame, show me a shot of her not being blacked out. It was kind of scary. All right, let's move right on to my number 5 most talked about moment of the week. It is the fact that the VPR newbies, Chris and Jason, the cousins, are in that sauna interview. You guys know what I'm talking about on TikTok. Whoever those people are that do the sauna interviews. They also had Amanda Francis on there, which I'll get there in a minute. They ask him, okay, so Katie Maloney said that the new VPR reboot feels cheap to her. They were asked about this in the sauna, and Chris and Jason say, who? And they are like, we don't know who Katie Maloney is. Now, I think that they potentially did know that Katie Maloney was a previous cast member, but I actually believe 95% that they did not know who she was, because these guys never saw the old show. Remember, these are like true Gen Zers. Like Chris is a little bit older, but Jason, they're from a different timeline. They do not know. They don't even know who Lisa Vanderpump is. Like they call her all these weird, crazy nicknames and stuff. Like it's a new era. Okay. They do not know who these people are. I swear to God, they do not know who Katie Maloney is. Maybe if they saw a picture and then in the context of Sir and said, hey, this is a girl that works here, they would be like, okay, yeah, I think I recognize her. I do not think they know who Katie is. And also Katie was so not even liked the first 9 seasons of that show. Until Scandal, no one liked Katie. So I just think that it's so funny. They rewrite history and the fans go so hard and everyone's hating on the reboot. And it is so full of joy. I love every single one of the characters. I'm obsessed with Venus. Like I knew I would be, and I predicted it hard, but it's even more so than I thought it would be. I really, really love Audrey is my favorite. She's giving me the Ariana that I need of the team, the smart one who fucking knows how to put these men in check. I love the cousin twins, Jason and Chris. They are just giving me oblivious. Their OnlyFans content and storyline to me is fascinating. I'm obsessed. And then Marcus and Kim are the perfect toxic couple to be involved in this show. I think that they are endearing. I think that they still have redeemable qualities about all of them. I think they're funny. I think they're all cute. I think they all just bring such a new fresh energy to the show. I'm obsessed. Please go watch it. Give it a chance. Go binge it now. I promise if you get past the first 2 episodes, you will start to understand who these people are and start to like them. Shane is the star. And he doesn't even work at Sir, but he is also perfect for the show. He's like if Jax was sober and was shot. Imagine Imagine if Jax, remember how Jax faked being in the army and going to Afghanistan? Imagine if that actually happened and he actually did get wounded in war and then had erectile dysfunction and had to take Viagra and was sober. That's Shane. Oh, the show. And then the funny thing is with the girls, with the Sheena of it all, Sheena is in every single one of them. Every one of the girls has a little bit of Sheena in them. None of them are just fully copycats of previous cast members. You guys, it is a 10 out of 10 for me. I don't know what people want. All right, let's move on to my number 4. Let's talk about moment of the week. It is the announcement of the Golden Life, which is a RHONY women. 6 of the original Real Housewives of New York will be filming for the show on E. Think of Golden Girls. Think of Thank You for Being a Friend. Like, we're getting Jill. We're getting Sonia, Ramona, Luann, Kelly, and who am I missing? Somebody else who's, I guess, not that important. So yeah, they're filming, you guys. Sonia, there's no Dorinda because Dorinda's getting a spinoff about Bluestone Manor. They also, we're not going to talk about this today, but the Real Housewives Ultimate Road Trip where they did the 20th anniversary, and there's a lot of drama coming out of that as well. So I am excited for this. I am very excited because I think right now reality TV is like at its precipice, like it is peaking and everybody's getting in on it. And they see the success that Hulu has had building their reality brand. And now they see the success that Netflix has too. I mean, Love is Blind, Selling Sunset, like it, Adam DeVello and the Kinetic Energy, is that what it's called? Kinetic Productions, whatever, the Love is Blind people. These shows are worldwide phenomenons making tons of money. So E was sold off from NBC Universal. And we know that it used to be a part, like Bravo was kind of like a sister company of it. Now it is off. Like E has been bought off and is going to be redone basically and overhauled and is going to be announcing more and more reality TV shows. I cannot wait to see what else that they come up with. I think that there's so much untapped market out there. There are so many interesting people to still film and introduce us to. They just dropped the trailer for Real Houses of Rhode Island. I mean, they all look nuts. Like, this is perfect. There are so many groups of people like this out there. We need more reality TV. So E breaking off and doing this and making this huge power move, seeing the call, the cry for the RHONY women to be back. We've been begging for this and they're giving it to us. And it's not going to be the same show, but it is still going to be about these women in the golden years of their lives. You guys, these women are now approaching 70. It's getting to be golden. It's getting to be a totally different era of housewives. And I like the idea. I wish it was called the Golden Wives, actually, instead of the Real Housewives, because we know that they're not like Real Housewives anymore. And even, dare I say, Beverly Hills is starting to get into this territory with Kathy Hilton and Kyle. I mean, they're older. And then, I mean, even if Lisa Vanderpump was still on the show, like the ages now of the women since the beginning of filming compared, you know, Erica is 50s. It's like, isn't everybody in 50s, 60s over there? Jennifer Tilly's got to be upper is, I don't know, like Golden Diamond. What about Golden Wives, the Diamond Edition? I don't know. They're going to need to definitely make sure that these housewives do not become expired and be pulled off these shows because we really need more of all of these people on our screens. I'm here for it. I'm going to be watching. When people are like, I'm not going to watch a show, I'm like, do you just hate joy? Why are you like depriving yourself of a reality show to like prove something? Bravo doesn't own my mouth. I get to speak and talk about whatever I want. I don't have to work and worry about Bravo giving me any special treatment. And yeah, maybe if I got a little taste of that, I would be happy about it. But I don't get any of that. So I don't get to mourn it. I just get to come on here, pick up the mic, say what I want to say, put my memes out there, put my videos out there, and it's authentic to who I am and my voice. So I am appreciate. All right, speaking of Beverly Hills, let's get right into my number 3 most talked about moment, which is Amanda terrorizes the entire group of the Beverly Hills women. I have been going hard for her online because I just am fascinated with her. I think that the spiritual junkie, Gabby Bernstein, if you guys know who all of those people are, think of just more Mel Robbins, being involved in that world. Like, I also used to work in that world. I teach yoga. I used to work in a kind of a wellness center for a while. It was very Aaron Denise Richards' husband's like wellness center. Like, I am very woo woo and I am very new age and I am very holistic and organic. These are all things I am very crunchy in all of those ways. So I get Amanda, but the fact that she's so cringy, she's so tone deaf, she's such a one upper. And she's also so emasculating to her husband. Like, these are all things that I'm just like, yuck, 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 please get off my screen. And Kyle calling Amanda the Crystal Minkoff of this group, like, we know that it's a millennial dig, but also millennials are like that. So I don't get offended. I actually am like, yeah, okay, I know I'm kind of like that. But Crystal's in denial that she's like that, which is even worse and so insufferable. And she snaps back online and she's like, oh yeah, Kyle, like, you guys don't have a storyline without talking about Garcelle and me. Like, you guys are always bringing me up. And remember Crystal whole thing was that Sutton violated her, that she felt violated. And she was like the Merriam-Webster definition of violated. And that's what Amanda's doing. We're about to see that come up in the episode tonight, where she gets her phone out and she's going to be telling Bose and the rest of I love Bose. Bose has treats back like a real sister when she's like, oh, Amanda, not the dictionary we're busting out at the dinner table. Amanda's saying that she's getting accosted at the dinner parties. What does this woman want from this group? She's pretending that she's never seen Housewives, but I know for a fact that she has. Remember, she made the video that was like, everybody's telling me not to rip up these iconic floors from this house. And it really is true. Like, none of us would know who Amanda Francis was without Beverly or without Kyle Richards. In this town, I mean, it is her town. So we know Kyle's pulling all the shots, doing all the casting over there. And the fact that this Amanda has been brought in, I think it was for a pawn, because we see Kyle with Amanda in the after show together, and then we don't. All of a sudden, they do the filming. They just picked up filming in January to do the second portion of the after show. Everybody's mixed up now. They're all sitting in different chairs with different people. I love the after shows. They are really like little mini reunions. There's no Amanda to be seen. I cannot wait to find out what happens. And I am praying that she does not show up to this reunion, because I think that of course I want to see it. Of course, no, I take it back. She needs to be at this reunion. We have to make sure the SWAT team delivers her. She needs to be in a jumpsuit and brought in and just handcuffed so she can't leave. Bring her in. Bring her in. Okay, I thought that was crazy that Kyle and Crystal were fighting again in the press about that. They're so funny. They like fight through the Queens of Bravo Instagram page. It's kind of insane. Okay, so my number 2 most talked about moment of the week is the fact that the Traitors have gone full carnage again and totally turned on each other this season. And we started so strong, you guys. Rob, Lisa, and Candace were the most iconic casting of the Traitors ever. All 3 of them are people that I just, when they do a little bit of a gamer and they do a couple of these other people that I don't know personally and haven't been attached to for a bunch of years. I mean, even since Rob being on Love Island, I was obsessed with him, always posting about him. So I was really excited to see him. Now, is he pissing me off? Yes, but I do think he is playing a game. I do think that he unfortunately just came out with a stronger traitor presence. He was able to really manipulate the group in a totally different way. Lisa just was such the most iconic traitor ever, and it was so obvious, but like, I'm so glad she at least got to last 6 episodes we got with her. I mean, Donna Kelsey, that was so, please don't get me started right now, but that was so fake, filmed, fraudulent, clearly a setup between the NFL and Peacock, because they have a huge brand partnership together right now. I think that they planted Donna in there for a reason. They were like, hey, you're going to have a 3-episode contract. They knew they had to get her banished by the 3rd episode and get her the fuck out of there. Everybody was like, so obvious. Why the fuck is she here? Sorry. No one's going to make me drop more F-bombs than the Kelsey family. So I was so happy to see her go. I was so happy that maybe if she was still in the castle, I don't think I could watch anymore. And I'm really loving the way Candace is playing. I think that she is going to eat Rob up tonight. I think that even if she goes home, it will be like a kamikaze mission to save the housewives, to ride for her sisters in her sisters of Salt, her sisters of Bravo Peacock, of housewives, because I think that she will go down and just take Rob with her, or at least attempt to. And that we will all have to just wave our, to, because that's iconic then. Don't go down not kicking and fighting. Don't go down without a fight. Make sure that you go down and you take somebody with him. I mean, take Colton too, would you? Because everybody's really pissed they have to watch this asshole. I knew about his previous entire scandalous nature from The Bachelor. I watched his season. I've known Colton for 10 years or more. So none of this has been surprising to me. What did surprise me was when Lisa Rinna actually called him out online and said, Colton, let's talk about you being a stalker. And then there were rumors that Colton's not going to come to the reunion because he refuses to talk about it, or maybe even has that in his contract. But what people have to remember is that these people don't get to know who's in the castle before they go. Everyone's like, why didn't Lisa like call him out in the castle? Why didn't everybody else know that this guy's a loser? Because you don't know Colton unless you did actually watch him on the season. They don't get a cast sheet. They don't get a heads up. They roll up in those Land Rovers, I think. And when they step out at the castle, those are the first times they're looking around at the faces of who they're playing the game with. It's structured that way for a reason so that they don't come in with all these strategies to take these people out. So I love it that way. I don't want people to have that much knowledge of each other in the game. But I am looking forward to the rumors of what they're calling an all housewives version of Traitors. That would be iconic and must see TV. I love reality TV, you guys. Like, these are the things that make me excited for the future of my life. Like, I hope that I'm around long enough to see that. I want to see the all housewives Traitors. And okay, you guys, my number one most talked about moment of the week is the Summer House premiere of season 10. I laughed. I cried. I thought it was the best season premiere they've ever had since season 1. I actually really enjoyed season 1. And I actually really enjoyed the cast this season so far. The newbies are iconic. I think that they came out swinging with tears and vulnerability and LOLs. Like, they're not sensitive and weird and anxious. They're really funny. They all have their own things going on. The Bailey girl specifically, she does something called the It Girl podcast, and she is interviewing and making content with like actual it girls, like real influencers and stars and reality stars and people, and Paris Hilton, just to name somebody. So she's somebody I'm very interested in. I actually really like the cutie little Levi girl. She's giving like sweet, fun energy. Sarah, no, I don't. I am happy that if Sierra and Amanda are taking Prozac and this is the best versions of them, I think that they're so much more fun and likable. I think Paige was so toxic to the summer house. Everybody was afraid to have fun or smile or even show any type of like Paige was just had everybody in that house under like a spell of depression and misery. So when Sierra admitted that Paige gave her anxiety every single Sunday because she would get up so early and pack all of her bags and basically like be pressuring Sierra to like get up and go as soon as possible because she couldn't be in that house 1 minute longer on Sundays. No. When Danielle, Carl, and Lindsay on Sundays used to leave the summer house and then drive an hour the opposite way, well, not an hour, maybe like 30 to 40 minutes from East Hampton or Sag Harbor, wherever they are. I think Sag into Montauk, like the opposite way of going to the city because they want to go party more for the day. That is the summer house I miss. But, they're really promising to me this year. Jesse is really on his, I don't even want to spend time talking about Jesse, actually. I just am glad that he's not annoying so far this season. I don't necessarily like him being in the house, but I thought he was going to bother me more in the premiere than he did. And Kyle and Amanda, I'm calling it now, are going to get back together. So I'm not even invested in this entire storyline this season. Now they're doing the opposite to me, where I wanted them to get divorced so bad, but now they're acting like they're getting divorced and they're clearly still entangled. Now, the one thing that is making me think that they might actually get divorced is the fact that Brian Moylan put out an interview today that it was about the finances of Loverboy. And Brian's investigative journalism says that Amanda has been bought out to a certain percentage and she still owns some of Loverboy. So you're not going to see her trashing that. And you're not going to see everybody being like, yeah, fuck Loverboy. Like, no. And Amanda, at the end of the day, still is going to want Kyle to DJ then, because if she owns a percentage of that company and Kyle's making money DJing and throwing these events and selling tickets and selling Loverboy, and Amanda's still profiting from that, she's going to want him to keep doing that. They're in for a long lifetime relationship and partnership. I think that they're going to take space. I think that they showed that mini little teaser trailer in the city, and I just have a feeling this is not the end of Kyle and Amanda. It's not the end. So Carl and Lindsay made up. Carl is the king of the summer house this year. He's in the mix. He's sleeping on the first floor. He said he's confident again. We see him making out with Bailey, the it girl. What could we ask for? What more could we ask for, you guys? Nature is healing. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for supporting me. I know that I can be inconsistent. I know that I've made promises about this show that I have not made right with you, but I am on it. These new episodes I have coming out are going to be so good. And the content I have coming to you, the things that I have coming up that I get to come back and report back to you guys about, stay following, go rate, review, and share my show. Please, 5 stars to whoever gives a fuck and will listen. Just anybody, okay? All right, I love you all. Bye, Bellas. Ciao, ciao, ciao.